Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma Winter Battlefield. Our heroes today are going to be HelpingHans once again, this time though playing for the Soviets. And his opponent is going to be the realist Slim Shady, playing for the Germans. So, well, let's take a look at our players a little bit. HelpingHans, well, we saw him last time, and we know that he is a really good player. And as far as the Soviet army goes, he is currently ranked, also very high up, but let me see the exact rank at the moment of casting this. The moment of casting this, he is currently ranked 30th on the 1v1 Soviet ladder. And his opponent, the realist, Slim Shady, is currently ranked 91 for the Germans in 1v1. So both of them top 100 players, so yeah, should be a pretty good match. Match. So anyways, the realist Slim Shady went ahead and selected his doctrine right off the bat because, well, it's a specific unit that he wants, and that is the Assault Grenadiers, meaning that he got himself the Mechanized Assault Doctrine and is already up to 2 Assault Grenadiers. Both Assault Grenadiers currently heading south, it looks like, or where's the other one? No, the other one has just hit the field actually, so it is going south, but it'll take a while for it to get there. As far as HelpingHans goes, he, interestingly enough, went for Tier 2, which you don't usually see getting, you know, that quickly. So he got himself Tier 2, got himself a Conscript Squad, and is getting himself a Maxim Machine Gun, which is a pretty good counter to Assault Grenadiers, actually. Obviously, if it gets flanked, you know, it's a little bit of a tight spot, like anything with submachine guns, but, you know, it is going to fare a little bit better than conscripts against the Assault Grenadiers. So we'll see how HelpingHans deals with this. We have the combat engineers jumping into the house, getting some cover, and increasing the sight range. They are I'm pretty sure he actually sees those Assault Grenadiers. Yeah, he sees them right there, taking some shots with the combat engineers. But the Assault Grenadiers are now moving north, so we only have one squad down south and one squad up north. So interesting. Pioneers also just moving around, capturing territory. Maxim Machine Gun heading into the center of the map. We'll see where HelpingHans puts it. Is he going to move it around, or is he going to take it into the church, maybe? We'll see.
Machine gun ready.
Combat engineers are jumping out of the house, and we see a second conscript squad being produced. So only going for one Maxim Machine Gun so far. Doesn't look like he's interested in spamming, which is quite nice. I mean, I know Maxim Machine Gun spam does work for the most part, but it's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's not my style, I suppose you could say. Maxim Machine Gun opening up on these Assault Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers getting pinned down in that victory point, getting shot at by the conscripts. The conscripts are not point-blank range though, although they are moving now on top of them, and the Maxim Machine Gun is providing a nice arc of fire. If these Assault Grenadiers move forward to try to shoot the conscripts, they will get shot by the Maxim Machine Gun. Third Assault Grenadier squad though does move in for the flank on the Maxim Machine Gun. The Maxim Machine Gun does turn around and actually gets a pin on those Assault Grenadiers. The first Assault Grenadier squad does get brought down to one man. Very close to death on the retreat, but it looks like they do make it out alive. The Maxim Machine Gun though does end up having to retreat off of the battlefield because the second Assault Grenadier squad does end up moving in for the flank while the other one was getting pinned. Second conscript squad does move in to support the initial one. The initial one is running away, uraing away, getting themselves into heavy cover to be able to open on those Assault Grenadiers at long range. Very nice movement here by HelpingHans. And that is exactly what you need to do to fight Assault Grenadiers for the most part. Just stay at range. Those SMGs are not going to do a lot of damage to your units if you stay at range. Conscripts moving into the victory point, taking some shots at those Assault Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers now down to 3 men. Another Assault Grenadier squad moving in on those conscripts. The conscripts looks like they're going to jump into the house to try to... No, they're actually going to have to retreat, getting shot at by 2 Assault Grenadier squads at the same time, while a third one is waiting there for them to retreat. Taking a lot of damage on the retreat, down to 2 men, probably down to 1, maybe? No, they'll be making it out at 2 men. Very lucky to be alive still anyways. Maxim Machine Gun back on the field for HelpingHans. He actually has a second Maxim Machine Gun produced. This one is down south though, and we'll see where exactly goes. So a lot of heavy fighting by all the infantry. Up top we have Assault Grenadiers, combat engineers and pioneers duking it out, and the combat engineers actually winning that fight. Assault Grens getting shot at by the Maxim machine gun down south, getting themselves suppressed and probably pinned down in another burst. No, actually takes a little bit more. One of the Assault Grenadiers though did go down. There goes the pin, and the conscripts are free to just shoot at the Assault Grenadier squad, forcing the retreat. They push on forward. They're going to go for the cutoff and take away the fuel for the realist Slim Shady. Slim Shady is now still at 4 Assault Grenadiers, while Helping Hands has a mix of 2 conscripts and 2 Maxim machine guns, being able to essentially support 2 flanks very nicely. He has combat engineers up north with the Maxim machine gun, and down south we have conscripts with the Maxim machine gun. The other conscript squad is barely moving back onto the field after having retreated and being brought down to 2 men. You know, takes a while to get back in there. Helping Hands also now selecting his own doctrine, and he wants to essentially have his own assault unit, and that is the shock troops. He goes for the Soviet shock army doctrine, which is going to be quite nice. We'll be able to give his conscripts some PPSA just later on. That means they will be able to be quite effective against Assault Grenadiers, especially since the Assault Grenadiers have to get into close range to fight. And the shock troops, obviously, well, you know, they're pretty good at close range fighting anyways, because they themselves actually have PPSA just all around. Actually, I thought they had only 4, but no, it looks like they have all of them. All of them have 6, so very nice. Very strong. So we hear Maxim machine guns just opening up all over the place, forcing away Assault Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers having to retreat en masse. We have all 3 squads of Assault Grenadiers back at base. Where's the 4th one? Up north, retreating as well. So very nice actually for Helping Hands. He's actually managed to essentially shut down the aggressiveness of those Assault Grenadiers, and is currently using his Maxim machine guns to, well, take back the map. For the most part, the realist Slim Shady is currently, you know, pushed back to his own base sector and just 1 additional strategic point, since these shock troops are currently taking this point. And now we see shock troops going against the Assault Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers at 5 men and almost half health, going up against a full health shock troop squad. Shock troops push in, back off, you know, back and forth, just, you know, trying to taunt somebody in there. Blizzard coming in, and that is going to potentially slow down movement, but we'll see how players react. Half track now on the field for the realist Slim Shady. This should give him an edge, especially if he gets the flamethrower upgrade, which he should, considering he hasn't had anything to spend in munitions. Unless he's been laying down mines that I haven't seen, but he doesn't even have a flamethrower on his Pios. So the Assault Grens move in pairs down south. They are getting a little bit flanked, although these conscripts did get forced off of the map. Flamethrower upgrade now on the half track, going straight at that Maxim machine gun. The Maxim machine gun is going to retreat right away. That troop right there pushing the shopping cart as fast as he can across the field. Conscripts and shock troops pushing down south, engaging those Grens, or Assault Grens that is. 2 of the Assault Grens going down in the face of the conscripts, you know, battle rifles, is what you call it. I forget what they're called. And the half-track forces away those infantry squads. They can't really do much against it. And we do have 18-8s already upgrade for Helping Hands. Actually just getting upgrade right now. So the half-track does need to be a little bit wary. But for the most part, he is fine right now, especially since he can move through the snow without, you know, worrying about the snow. AT gun now on the field for Helping Hands, so a little bit more anti-vehicle capability, so that half-track will, you know, have something to worry about. Maxim machine gun set up in a very nice angle, anticipating an enemy movement in this direction, but it didn't anticipate that it was going to be a half-track running straight at it, so it's going to have to retreat right away. Combat engineers moving around, laying down mines, so that could actually catch that half-track quite nicely, but the Maxim machine gun is in a very tough spot, down to 1 man. I think it's actually going to die. There it goes. So the realist Slim Shady now actually has a chance of picking up a Maxim machine gun for itself, and I think he's actually going to take this chance, especially since he has a half-track there. Maxim machine gun does get recruit. Assault Grenadiers down to 2 men. 18-8 goes down on the half-track, and the AT gun is set up in a beautiful position, able to take a shot at that half-track. Can it actually take another shot? It looks like he's shooting down at the ground because he doesn't actually see it. He doesn't see the half-track. He is Uraying to try to see if he can spot the half-track. Can he spot it? He doesn't spot it. He's missing the half-track just barely. That is the effect of the blizzards, though. So the half-track very luckily makes it out alive. But now he actually knows where it is. Is he going to move the AT gun up to try to snipe it? We shall see. Maxim machine gun set up in a... No, it's actually being moved around. But, well, we'll see if it comes into play later on. AT gun still pushing forward. He wants to get that half track. But the half track, even with a damaged engine, it's not heavy engine damage. So it's, you know, reasonably mobile. So it is able to get out of harm's way. We do have a conscript squad pushing forward, though. So if it actually spots the half track, he could potentially Ura in to get an 18-8 off, but the half-track does decide to keep on moving and not risk getting itself killed off. Conscript getting engaged by the Assault Grants. Assault Grants will be able to push away the Conscripts. The Conscripts decide to Ura away. One of them actually falls to the ground onto those SMGs, but they get themselves into heavy cover and are just opening up at range on those Assault Grenadiers. Up north, we have Assault Grenadiers, Maxim Machine Gun, and more Assault Grenadiers just capturing territory and holding it right now with the arc of fire on this approach. And as far as tech goes, we have Tier 3 coming up for Helping Hands. So we might either see T-70s, which would be pretty amazing in this setup, considering that Assault Grants can throw out Faust. Or potentially a T-34. T-34, you know, decent main battle tank, would be able to deal quite well with the Assault Grants, but, you know, not amazingly. Or maybe even a half-track just to have some, you know, on the field reinforcement. Did the AT gun actually snipe an infantry? Yeah, it's actually been sniping him. 3 back and forth. 3 men down. Nade goes down by the shock troops, but they are forced off of the field. Still at 5 men, but kind of low in health. AT gun decides to pull back while the half-track is still being repaired. Actually fully repaired now, so it will be able to hit the field. Tier 3 also being produced for the realist Slim Shady, so he will be able to get himself some Panzer Force or maybe a Flak Panzer. Let's see what comes up. So there is that 18-8 on the field that he has to deal with, so it isn't, you know, just a simple roll of the tanks. Sorry about that. My brain needed a little bit of oxygen, but we're fine. Half-track moving down south. It will catch conscripts out in the open. The conscripts Ura away. It looks like they actually heard the half-track coming, but they do get caught by the burst. They do move back to try to get an 18-8 on top of it, and they do actually. Very nice, but the half-track just simply, well, shrugs it off for the most part, and is just going to move along. T-70 being produced for Helping Hands. Perfect answer to this. There is nothing on the field that can deal with the T-70, and they can chase down infantry back and forth and kill them off. So we shall see how the T-70 fares. I will actually put a hotkey on it because I want to keep track on it. Up north, we have mines being laid down by Helping Hands. Very nice. Combat engineers capturing territory at the same time. Look at that versatility. And the south is currently being captured by the realist Slim Shady. So as far as field, the realist Slim Shady actually has the advantage right now because he has the only fuel point connected. The southern one is currently decap. But, well, Helping Hands has AT-70. Assault Grenadiers jump into the church, taking some shots at those conscripts. The conscripts just back away, and the Maxim machine gun is not actually in an angle to shoot at the church, which I guess allows him to shoot at other things. T-70 going down south, taking some shots at those Assault Grenadiers. It notices, haha, you are Assault Grenadiers. No Faust is going to go down by you. Down goes one of the Assault. Nice shot, actually kills 2 of those Assault Grens. More shots going down. The Assault Grens are not retreating. They need to get themselves out of there. They do hit retreat, but can they make it alive? Down to 1 man on the retreat, and down goes an entire squad. Second squad is down south. The T-70 knows it, and he's going to start opening up on them. This squad is actually full health, however, so it should be fine. Flak Panzer getting produced for the realist Slim Shady. Not a bad choice. The T-70 can't actually do much against the Flak Panzer, and the Flak Panzer can effectively actually kill a T-70. Obviously, it takes more shots, but it does have the capability of chasing it down and, you know, shooting it as it moves. Obviously, the Panzer IV can kill it in 2 shots pretty much, but, you know, T-70 still can't do anything against the Flak Panzer for the most part. Assault Grens pushing into the center, getting shot by the Maxim machine gun. We have the AT gun also taking some shots, and the T-70 moving behind them. It is not gonna go for the flank. It takes a shot through the hedgerows, actually, getting a nasty kill on one of them and forces them away. Conscript did suffer 1 loss there, but T-70 now moves into the center, taking some shots into the church. And we now see the T-70 moving up north. It looks like it's gonna go hunting for the half-track. The half-track is only vet 1. It's gonna take a lot of damage to that T-70, and the T-70 should be able to clear it out. Maxim machine gun is also getting flanked by the engineer. It's gonna take a flame burst to the face. Down to 2 men. The T-70 is focusing on the half-track, making sure that it takes it out of the field because it is the major threat. The Maxim machine gun decides to retreat. Can it get cleared out by the T-70? T-70 actually misses, and the Flak Panzer is now right on top of the T-70, but the T-70 is backing away. Mine actually got detonated here by some infantry at some point. See, hit the target there. Ooh, combat engineer is gonna go down, trying to retreat, but no, there it goes. Down goes the combat engineer. Conscript do jump into the house. They're gonna be relatively protected for a little bit, but they do decide to jump out and probably retreat. 120mm mortar on the field for Helping Hands, just bolstering his, unit and force count. Shock troops and conscripts down south engaging against pioneers and assault grants. The German forces do end up retreating once the shock troops get into the mix. T-70 taking some shots by that Flak Panzer. Look at that damage go. Like I said, it is very susceptible to that Flak Panzer, even if it won't, one-shot it. Flak Panzer does have the speed to chase it down and shoot it as it, moves. Conscripts retreating down to 2 men. Can they make it out alive? The Flak Panzer is a little bit far away, and a AT gun is moving up to stop that Flak Panzer from chasing it. So very nice. T-70 still pushing forward, doesn't actually want to concede ground, and is going straight for those shock troops. Actually takes a shot at them, misses. The Flak Panzer is now in the center of the map, so it cannot help those northern assault grunts, and they do end up retreating. T-70 did get veteran C1, so it has the combat mode ability allowing him to cap, so he will take this opportunity with the blizzard to cap the victory point on the left-hand side north. Maxim machine gun getting caught by that Flak Panzer, taking some heavy damage. It is retreating, and it's down to 2 men. It looks like it's gonna make it out alive, though, with the reduction in invisibility with the blizzard hitting. Actually made it right out on time. Shock troops moving down south. It looks like it is getting hunted by that Flak Panzer. Flak Panzer knows that they can't really do much about it. 120mm mortar actually landing some shots in the area, almost looking like artillery, but not quite as good. Shock troops still moving around, trying to dodge that Flak Panzer. Looks like they're going to go for the strategic point on the left-hand side. Flak Panzer will continue its pursuit of them, and now it knows that something is decapping that point, so it's going to go straight onto that strategic point, and these units are going to have to retreat right away. Flak Panzer gets in range, actually sees them, and takes a shot. Instant retreat, and away goes the shock troops, getting concealed by the blizzard, and they make it out alive. A little bit battered, but, they make it out alive. We do have medics for Helping Hands, so, this unit will be fine. Interestingly enough, and I mean, this is an okay choice considering what's currently in the field, but interestingly enough, Helping Hands has not actually gotten himself Molotovs. But, Molotovs against assault grenadiers are a little bit of a difficult thing to use effectively because with standard Grens, are usually going to put themselves in some type of cover to shoot. Ooh, very nice shot there by the mortar. Actually detonates the mine that got laid down there. And ends up killing one of the piles. Anyways, I was saying, a standard, Grand on conscript fight, both units are going to most of the time seek the closest cover, whether it be heavy cover, light cover, whatever, and just shoot at a decent range. The closer you are, most likely is a little bit better because shots are gonna, damage is gonna go a little bit faster. But you usually don't run your unit on top of the other, so it allows you to throw, Molotovs at the cover because that's where they're gonna go, and most of the time it'll be effective, either denying the cover or doing some damage. With assault grens, though, they're gonna run right on top of your squad most of the time. And if you Molotov yourself, well, you're just going to do damage to yourself. But yeah, it can work, but, it's a little bit trickier, so, skipping Molotovs is really not a bad choice. Anyways, T-70 in the center did some damage to stuff and forced it away. Maxim machine gun capturing that fuel point in the center north. We now have a T-34 on the field for Helping Hands. That T-34 can deal quite effectively with the Flak Panzer. The Flak Panzer sees the T-34, takes a shot at it. Keep in mind that the Flak Panzer will do damage to the T-34, so you have to be careful. And yeah, but for the most part, the victor in that battle would be the T-34, so the Flak Panzer needs to be on the defensive. Panzer IV now on the field though for the Realist Slimshady. That will actually be quite difficult for the T-34 to deal with. It is possible for the T-34 to win that fight, but most of the time the Panzer IV is, the clear choice to win that fight. Panzer IV trying to take a shot at the T-70, but it backs off out of range and decides to take a shot instead at the AT gun. The AT gun is a little bit too close to that mine for comfort. A stray shot from the Panzer IV could detonate it, doing a lot of damage to the AT gun and potentially, you know, clearing it out. But it does move away in the face of those infantry, and it is going to be back into cover. Mortar's just taking some shots at distance. The tank over here could potentially use its crew repair ability and get itself repaired, but he is going to use the engineers to repair that instead, not wasting ammunition when he can just simply, you know, use units.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panzer IV did get brought down to about half health, so it's going to need to be repaired if it wants to get back into the fight. T-70 over here on the southern victory point, just harassing assault grunts. We do see the Flak Panzer moving in to try to potentially counter the T-70, but there is a T-34 right there that it's not aware of. T-34 will take a shot at the Flak Panzer. There it goes, and the T-34 does more damage than the Flak Panzer does to the T-34 in that engagement, so it must be feeling a little bit nice. Nice shot there by the T-70, does a lot of damage to the assault grunts. Can the T-34 finish it off? No, the T-70 looks like it might be wanting to go hunt it down. Panzer Trex equips on those Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers do, I mean, the T-34 does back off in the face of them. And the Panzer IV does move up to have a better angle for defense, while the Pioneers continue to effect repairs on it. So interesting choice there by the DAREALESTSLIMSHADY of getting a Panzer Grenadier. I mean, with the Panzer Trex, I suppose it's the obvious choice, since he doesn't have tier 1. So, I mean, that's not an interesting choice. I'm just saying it's okay. Only conscript squad in the game for HelpingHans now has itself a PPSH package, so it, you know, should be faring well, and it's probably going to get Vet 2 in this engagement. It's taking some damage, and there goes the Veteran 2 kicking in, getting itself some accuracy and durability, so it will be able to, you know, move up and get some 18-8s off if possible. Panzer Grenadiers only have one assault rifle, but they do throw a bundle nade right on top of the conscript, doing a lot of damage, down to 3. 3 on 2 though, they do have Panzer Trex, so they are reducing effectiveness. T-70 pushes forward, trying to get a kill on those Panzer Grenadiers. Can he actually snipe them? No. Panzer IV is in the way and will be able to counter it. AT gun does set up in a nice position, takes the side armor, shot to the side armor of that Panzer IV, doing some good damage, down to about 75% health, and it backs away. Again, you're gonna have to get repaired before it can continue. T-34 doing some damage to assault grunts, pushing them off of the field, and nasty shot there by the 120mm. Looked like it, you know, did such a massive shockwave that it collapsed the house, but that was actually a shot by the T-70. Panzer IV pushing forward, taking a shot at the T-70. T-70 has to back off and get some repairs. Do we have some engineers in the zone? Engineers are actually back at base building tier 4 for HelpingHans. So that's going to be quite nice. He should be able to get himself an Su-85 to more effectively counter the armor. Nice nade there by the shock troops. Actually nails one of those assault grunts, but they do end up having to retreat in the face of that Flak Panzer. Panzer IV getting repaired. T-34 still in front. And the T-70 is now repaired. It looks like it did use its crew repair ability.
We have 200 points remaining.
And it's chasing that assault grunt squad down to 2 men, but it now backs off. The Panzer IV is moving in to try to get a shot at the T-70. T-70 is moving in an awkward position. Very bad pathing there by the AI. Decided to move in this direction instead of going straight. But it only took a couple shots from the Flak Panzer and is now fine. T-34 moving forward, might be able to get a rear shot on the Panzer IV, but both the Panzer IV and Flak Panzer are now going south. We do have a conscript squad pushing on the southern side. Can it get an 18-8 off? It does get an 18-8 off on the Flak Panzer and ends up retreating, but it is going straight through the line of sight of both tanks. Can he make it out alive? That Veteran C2 is trying to kick in right now. Very low in health, but it does make it out alive. Pretty sure if it had not had that Veteran C, it would have not ended alive. T-34 and the T-70 move up, take some shots at the Panzer IV. The AT gun for HelpingHans is now Veteran C2, increasing its weapon damage, and we see it reflected in the health of that Panzer IV. Panzer IV now down to about 20% health, and the Flak Panzer also took some nasty shots to the frontal armor, but it itself is at about 80% health. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward, taking some shots at the AT gun. We do see a, a Sturmovik attack in the zone. Actually targeting the pack gun and clearing it out. Very nice. pack gun is now decrewed. It needs to get recrewed right away. The assault grants are going straight for it because you cannot afford to have those tanks just moving freely. T-34 and T-70 back off to get some repairs. This one, there is no munitions for HelpingHans to be able to effectuate crew repair, so he needs to get engineers to do that. The engineers are now on the field, but they're laying down mines. Ooh, very nasty strikes there from the Sturmovik, but it does get shut down by the Flak Panzer and crashes in the middle of that road. It did end up forcing the retreat though of one of the assault grants. T-34 actually getting a damaged engine, and it looks like it was because of a mine, maybe? Yeah, I think it might have been a mine that got blown up by the Flak Panzer's shots. I don't think the Flak Panzer did that damage, although it might have been. I don't know. It's always a possibility. You can always crit, with those shots. So T-34 is backing off, and we now have an Su-85 being produced for HelpingHans, which should make it very easy for HelpingHans to deal with the German armor. Blizzard going on, reducing visibility for all players. We have the Panzer IV moving up to try to defend this victory point, but the Grants are not capturing it just yet. There they go, they move into the zone. Panzer IV very low in health though, a little bit risky maneuver here. Conscripts moving around here, getting themselves into the fire so that they don't freeze to death. The assault Grants are freezing, however, so if they stay there for too long, they will start losing men. Conscripts push forward onto the victory point. The Panzer IV is turning around to take some shots. Conscripts will probably toss an 18-8 on top of the Panzer IV. There goes the 18-8, getting a crit on the engine. The AT gun is back here, and no, the Conscripts are going to retreat. Nothing moving up actually to follow it up, but the Panzer IV is now with a damaged engine, so it's going to be out of action for a while. Shock troops pushing forward right on top of the Panzer Grants. A nasty shot by the Panzer IV. It looks like it actually, no, it didn't actually kill any of their friends. And everything retreating for the realist Slim Shady. AT gun moving forward, trying to catch that Panzer IV. It knows that it has a damaged engine. Can he set it up in the best position? It looks like he is in range. The Storm is dying off. Can he actually get off the shot? He does get off the shot, and down goes the Panzer IV for the realist Slim Shady, and the Su-85 is... Actually, the Su-85 got the kill.
What do you need?
Very nice. Very nice. Flak Panzer down south, just defending the area, but, well, there is an Su-85 going for it, so it's gonna need to move out of there quite fast. Interestingly enough, though, we still have a lot of assault grants for the realist Slim Shady. He has actually done quite a nice job at maintaining them, although he has replaced them. Flak Panzer engaging his blitzkrieg to try to dodge that Su-85. It actually dodges that shot quite nicely because of that speed, and makes it back to the front of its base to get some repairs, which are coming rather soon, I suppose. Assault Grenadiers retreating on the north in the face of that T-70. The T-70 Vet-2. Vet-2 gives it increased weapon damage and reduces the damage taken, which makes it a bitch to take down. And at Veteran Seat 3, you might as well just stop trying because it reduces so much damage. Flak Panzer moving to the north, trying to catch that T-70, but the T-70 is moving away. Flak Panzer can't really pursue once it heads into the center of the map because there is now a Veteran C3 gun on the field for HelpingHans, and that is going to give him more weapon damage. I mean, it increases the weapon damage at Vet 2, and it increases the weapon damage at Vet 3, and then adds armor. And that's it, actually. We can see that the realist Slim Shady just, calls it quits and leaves the game. We also see that HelpingHans has gotten himself a half-track on the field and reinforced his AT gun on the fly, which was very nice. So, I mean, I suppose a little bit of a preemptive, throwing of the towel for the realist Slim Shady, but, it was going to be a bit difficult for him to, deal with all this. I mean, he didn't really have much in terms of armor. He only had a Flak Panzer, while HelpingHans had a very nice combination. But, he still has a lot of units. I mean, most people you see, quitting the game because you ended up losing, like, say, he lost all his solvents in one movement. And then he was like, that's it, I can't do much. But, well, whatever. It was his decision, and it looks like it was going to be an uphill battle that he might have not been able to win. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.